Hey, Joshua Thomas at Academy Mortgage here. How are you today? Hey, I just wanted to continue the series of videos that I've been doing about housing and the bubble prices climbing and people feeling like they're going to burst and come back down and so on and so forth. And so today I wanted to go through this chart right here with you. This chart is household growth and housing completions. So take a minute and try to understand what it is you're looking at so that you're comfortable. And let's go ahead and put this all the way away so you can see. But right here, the blue line is going to be household growth. So this is going to be new construction, right? Or excuse me, annual completions is going to be the new construction. So this is homes that are being built. Household growth is going to be a change in the household size. So for example, somebody gets married and forms a new household, or somebody who is married gets divorced and now there's two households. Each year you can see the blue line, the households go up, but then as the generations kind of come and flow, they go down as well. Now there was a chart that we looked at before already. Let's see if I can pull it up here real quick. And it is right here. Um, so you remember I went over this chart before, and it talks about those turning 33 in 2006, right? You can see how many people were born that year versus 10 years later, those that are turning 33 years old these days. 33 is the average age for a first-time home buyer, but you can see that's almost 500,000 people more per year, and so that's kind of a lot. And so when you're watching this, you're going to see the households, this blue line, right? You're going to see it kind of come down a little bit in those same years because there just weren't as many people in that age group, right? But then you see that that blue line has started to go back up and in a major way. And this is kind of the millennials now at this point, and a lot of them have slightly different values and opinions than some of their parents and stuff, and so they are forming households and they're doing it in a big way now. A lot of them a little bit later on than some of the others had in times past. Anyway, coming forward, looking back again, going to the annual completions. Now this is new construction. So you can see new construction went up until 2006 and then dropped almost off a cliff down to 2010 and then stayed relatively flat for a couple years and then just barely started to climb a little bit year over year. So now you can see if this is the trend of houses being built, which means new supply coming into the market. And then the blue line represents, or the blue chart represents households being created. This hopefully tells a huge story to you right now in that you can now see there has been a drop. So first off, you see the imbalance here. There are so many more homes being built than there are households growing. And the reason why is because there was a lot of investors going on, a lot of people coming into the housing market wanting to buy a home, not to live in it, but just to invest in it. And so builders kept on building like crazy, even though households were dropping. See this trend right here? This is a 3-year trend where houses continued to grow from year to year, but households dropped. Now, total households didn't. This is only household growth. So this is the increase in the household from the year to the next year. But even still, even though the increases got a lot smaller, the total population was still growing, but it didn't keep pace with the annual completions. And then you can see it finally did catch up, and then how new construction fell off the map. And this is where there's a lot of bankruptcies and things going on with builders, which helped exacerbate this problem that for several years there was just not a demand for new housing. And then when it finally did start coming, the financing for all the builders and stuff was so much more restrictive that they simply couldn't get things going. Now you see a massive imbalance, massive new increase in households being created, and yet very minor increase in annual completions of homes. And so in fact you can see, compare this one to back here in the peak, we're not even building at anything close to the same pace that we were building at 10 years ago. And so that's kind of crazy to kind of think, well, I guess technically 10 years ago we're pretty close, but 12, 13 years ago we're not even remotely close. And so when you see that series of charts again, then it's something to be concerned about. Maybe we're looking at a bubble or something, because That's where you have a lot of homes being built, but not a lot of household creation. And when you see that kind of thing, that's a true bubble, or a true what's the word, house of cards or something. This over here, the blue, represents the solid, I've got to live somewhere and I want my own house type of thing. And that's why rental housing has been going crazy. Regular housing has been going crazy. All of it's just been nuts, and builders are doing everything they can to keep up, but they're far behind. So anyway, hopefully you'll find that that is really helpful information. And if you don't find that really helpful, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I would hopefully. I'm just joking about it, not finding it helpful. Hopefully you do. But if you have any questions on it, or if you'd like to start a discussion or anything, please feel free to comment below the video or contact me. I'll be happy to help you out. Anyway, Josh Thomas, Academy Mortgage. I hope that you have a fantastic day and weekend, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot.